Meghan Markle's creepy Prince William stalking has just been uncovered, and what it shows you is that she is still completely obsessed with the other brother. But the thing is, Angela, there's nothing British about this woman. There's nothing royal about this woman. When she was actually here, she hated.
Meghan Markle is facing a fresh round of online criticism after some critics claim she made what they see as one of her clearest royal-inspired moves yet. This time, many of the comparisons were aimed directly at Prince William, sparking another wave of debate across social media. What began as a casual and light-hearted radio conversation about scones quickly turned into a viral royal discussion. Just days after Prince William publicly joked about the long-running cream versus jam scone debate, Meghan's As Ever brand shared polished footage featuring scones, jam, cream, elegant table settings, and strong British-inspired touches throughout the presentation. The timing immediately caught the attention of online users. Many people started connecting the two moments, and the similarity fueled widespread discussion across social platforms. Critics argued that Meghan's content appeared shortly after William's comments gained traction, leading some to question whether the overlap was simply a coincidence or something more deliberate. Some commenters even called the situation unusual, claiming that whenever Prince William becomes a major topic online, Meghan's content sometimes ends up carrying a similar style or theme soon afterward.
That charming interview with Prince William where he revealed finally that the late Queen Elizabeth II had decided the conundrum when it comes to the great British tradition of how to have your scones.
Those opinions spread quickly as users shared side-by-side comparisons and reactions across different platforms. Others took the conversation even further, suggesting Meghan may still pay close attention to royal news, especially stories involving the future king, whose public profile continues to generate headlines worldwide. The discussion began after Prince William appeared on Heart FM during a cheerful segment about one of Britain's most famous traditions, whether scones should be eaten with cream first or jam first.
Prince William, what do you do? Think carefully.
I love that I'm the authority on scones. I can only tell you what I learned from my grandmother, and she had the cream on first.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, there you go.
That is the Devonian way.
Cream on first, jam on top.
The clip attracted plenty of attention after William revealed that Queen Elizabeth herself always preferred cream first. The hosts playfully challenged him as trays loaded with scones, jam, and clotted cream were brought into the studio. William laughed throughout the exchange and explained that he was simply following the tradition his grandmother taught him. According to William, Queen Elizabeth always put the cream on first and the jam afterward. The conversation felt relaxed, funny, and completely natural. It was the kind of royal moment that often connects with audiences because William came across as approachable, relatable, and effortlessly confident. The interview clips quickly spread across social media. Major British media outlets picked up the story, royal fan accounts reposted the highlights, and comment sections soon filled with people debating the right way to eat a scone. For many viewers, it was just another popular Prince William moment that generated plenty of positive attention and friendly discussion online. But not long afterward, Meghan's As Ever account shared polished footage featuring warm scones, jam, cream, and carefully arranged table settings. That timing immediately caught the attention of online users and sparked a fresh round of debate. Critics were quick to point out that Meghan's content focused on the same food William had recently discussed in public. Some also noted that the presentation leaned heavily into a classic British tea-style aesthetic.
Cream first, jam second. Within hours, Meghan Markle had decided she was going to use that as a little stunt, for her business was never.
Which drew extra attention because Meghan has previously spoken about building a life separate from royal duties after stepping away from her royal role. That observation added even more momentum to the conversation online. Some followers also questioned reports that the recipe appeared to use UK-style measurements instead of standard American formatting. Because the post surfaced during Memorial Day weekend in the United States, some commenters wondered why the content emphasized a refined, British-inspired tea setting while many Americans were spending the holiday at backyard cookouts, family gatherings, and barbecues. For critics following the discussion, the connection seemed hard to ignore. William's interview had already generated widespread attention, and Meghan's scone-themed content appeared while the topic was still trending across social media. royal commentators quickly weighed in, and reactions spread fast. Some critics argued that As Ever was benefiting from ongoing royal conversations rather than creating a completely separate identity.
Brother who she really wanted. Okay, that brother who has the power, who has the humor, and who has the money.
Others poked fun at the highly polished visuals, claiming the presentation looked carefully orchestrated and picture-perfect rather than spontaneous or casual. The criticism intensified after some viewers noticed Meghan using luxury-style branding language while promoting As Ever's strawberry spread. That detail quickly became another talking point online, with social media users creating side-by-side comparisons between Prince William's relaxed radio appearance and Meghan's polished promotional content. Before long, the discussion was spreading across multiple platforms. One phrase in particular gained traction, as critics described the situation as unusual, while others argued that Meghan still seems highly aware of major royal headlines despite previously saying she keeps her distance from royal news coverage. The debate continued to build as more users shared their opinions and interpretations. For many long-time royal watchers, this did not feel like an isolated incident. Some argued that it fit into what they see as a broader pattern, claiming that topics connected to the royal family sometimes appear reflected in Meghan's public content whenever royal stories receive widespread positive attention. Whether fair or not, that perception became a major part of the online conversation. What made this situation stand out even more was that the comparisons centered on Prince William rather than Prince Harry. That shift sparked even greater interest among royal commentators and social media users, leading to a flood of new reactions and speculation. According to some critics, the debate was never really about scones, jam, or strawberry spread in the first place.
Clotted cream and jam a freaking Memorial Day weekend snack or breakfast in the United States. You know, the only country where Meghan Markle is currently selling as never. And to put the recipe in UK measurements is just an added layer of showing what a crazy stalker she is, doing this just 2 days after Prince William's interview talking about clotted cream and the jam debate.
They argued that the larger issue was Meghan continuing to be linked in public discussions to the influence and public image surrounding the future king years after stepping away from royal duties. For years, royal gossip circles have circulated rumours and theories about Meghan's relationship with royal status and hierarchy. Critics and commentators have often pointed to Prince William's position as the future monarch and one of the most senior members of the royal family when discussing those claims. Following this latest controversy, many of those old debates resurfaced online once again, with royal commentators revisiting past moments they believe reflected tensions surrounding royal structure and rank. Even before stepping away from royal life, media reports and royal commentators often claimed Meghan struggled with some of the monarchy's strict traditions, particularly those involving rank, status, and protocol. Those discussions became a regular topic within royal coverage and online debate. Under the royal hierarchy, Prince William and Catherine held higher positions than Prince Harry and Meghan. As the heir to the throne, William occupied a senior role within the institution, while Catherine was expected to one day become Queen Consort. Critics have argued that Meghan found certain aspects of that structure challenging, although she entered the royal family with an understanding of its long-established traditions and chain of succession. Several royal commentators and individuals described as royal insiders have claimed that Meghan reportedly became frustrated with certain ceremonial expectations. During official events, protocol often required Harry and Meghan to follow behind William and Catherine, or observe established royal order during public appearances.
The problem is, this is a woman so desperate to try and save her failing business that she knows there are only two things that work anymore. There are only two things that get her attention, even amongst her dwindling band of propagandists in the mainstream media. And those two things are, number one, her children, and number two, her proximity to royalty.
These traditions attracted significant public attention and were frequently discussed in royal media coverage. Footage from royal engagements was regularly analysed online, with some viewers pointing to moments they believed showed Meghan appearing uncomfortable with formal palace customs and etiquette. Those interpretations often fueled further discussion across social media and royal fan communities. Some clips even gained widespread attention because viewers speculated that Harry occasionally appeared to help guide Meghan through official procedures during public events. At the same time, comparisons between Meghan and Catherine became increasingly common. By then, Catherine had already established a strong reputation within the royal family. She was widely viewed as composed, polished, respected by palace staff, and highly committed to royal traditions. Meghan, meanwhile, entered royal life with a different background and was often seen as someone who could bring a fresh perspective and modern influence to the institution. However, critics argued that public support often favoured Catherine's more traditional approach. According to royal biographer Angela Levin, the reported tensions may have involved more than simple public comparisons, adding another layer to an already closely watched royal narrative. According to royal biographer Angela Levin, Prince Harry once suggested that Meghan could potentially bring significant public value to the monarchy because she entered royal life with established fame and extensive media experience. That reported claim drew attention among royal observers, as Catherine, through her marriage to Prince William, had long been expected to eventually become Queen Consort. Some critics have argued that Meghan may have found it difficult to navigate the reality of the royal hierarchy, where Catherine's future position within the institution was already clearly defined regardless of media attention or public interest. Those views have remained a recurring topic within royal commentary and online discussions for years. According to some royal commentators, this is where conversations about the so-called other brother narrative began gaining momentum online. In the view of Meghan's strongest critics, Prince Harry was often seen as the younger brother with a more limited future role.
Everyone in my family has a different favorite. My husband loves the raspberry, William loves the strawberry. Ours is both, and I like the mine.
The only way she is going to try and sell these jams, I still don't think it's going to be effective, is pimping out the children and her husband.
While Prince William represented the centre of the monarchy's long-term influence and leadership. As heir to the throne, William was expected to inherit major responsibilities, global recognition, leadership of significant royal estates, and eventually the crown itself. Harry, meanwhile, occupied a different position within the royal structure from the beginning. Some royal watchers now argue that discussions surrounding Meghan's public interactions with William have been shaped by that contrast more than many people initially realised. One event that frequently resurfaces in these conversations is Meghan and Catherine's joint appearance at Wimbledon in 2019. At the time, reports suggested the outing was viewed as a positive public display of unity between the two women. However, the event later became the subject of years of analysis from royal commentators, media personalities, and self-described body language observers. Some analysts claimed Meghan appeared tense or highly conscious of public perception, while Catherine was often described as calm and composed. These interpretations remain subjective, but they have continued to circulate widely online. Critics have also continued drawing attention to Meghan's connection with royal-inspired style and branding, arguing that elements of royal imagery still appear in public discussions surrounding her projects, even after stepping away from royal duties. Despite publicly criticising aspects of palace life through interviews, documentaries, and memoirs, Meghan continues to incorporate elegant British-inspired themes into many of her projects and promotional campaigns. From luxury-style cooking content and carefully styled presentations to refined visuals and highly curated branding, critics argue that elements often associated with traditional British prestige still appear throughout her public image. According to those critics, that connection is one reason discussions about Meghan frequently become linked back to the royal family. Some commentators believe that royal symbolism, tradition, and status remain closely tied to how audiences interpret her projects, whether intentionally or not. That perspective helps explain why the latest scone-related debate spread so rapidly across social media. For critics, it was not simply another as-ever promotional post. Instead, they viewed it as part of a larger pattern, arguing that Meghan's content sometimes appears alongside major royal news stories, especially when public attention is focused on Prince William and other senior royals. Some critics have gone even further, suggesting that William represents a level of royal influence and prominence that continues to shape public conversations surrounding Meghan years after her departure from royal duties. These claims remain matters of opinion, but they have become a recurring theme in royal commentary circles and online discussions. According to critics, another factor driving the backlash is the belief that Meghan-related headlines often generate the strongest engagement when they intersect with royal topics. They argue that stories connected to Prince Harry, the royal family, or royal history consistently attract more public attention and discussion than projects that stand completely on their own. As a result, the latest As Ever campaign quickly became another flashpoint in the ongoing debate over Meghan's relationship with royal imagery, public perception, and the lasting influence of her royal connections.
All of these connections to royal life, she wasn't going to eat jam and scones, which, by the way, is my favourite thing, I have to be honest. But she wasn't doing that.
When Meghan first introduced As Ever, the brand was presented as a luxury lifestyle venture centered on cooking, entertaining, homemade recipes, and stylish hosting ideas. The goal was to create a polished lifestyle image built around food, presentation, and everyday inspiration. However, instead of receiving universal praise, the brand has faced ongoing criticism online, particularly from viewers who feel the visuals are highly curated and that the overall identity of the company is still developing. Critics argue that As Ever sometimes feels less like a traditional lifestyle brand and more like a carefully crafted social media experience focused on elegance, exclusivity, and refined aesthetics. Supporters, meanwhile, see that polished presentation as a deliberate part of the brand's appeal and image. The latest discussion intensified after a promotional video featuring fruit spreads gained widespread attention online. In the clip, Meghan spoke about different flavors and casually referenced the preferences of members of her family. According to reports, she mentioned that Harry prefers raspberry, while other family members enjoy strawberry or a variety of flavors. That brief comment quickly became a major talking point across social media. Critics accused Meghan of bringing personal family details into promotional content to increase engagement and generate additional public interest around the brand. Many critics pointed out that Harry and Meghan have previously emphasized their desire for privacy, particularly regarding their children after stepping away from royal duties. Because of that, some online commentators questioned whether family references should be included in marketing content at all. Others argued that the comments were minor and simply reflected a normal conversation about household preferences. Another detail that attracted attention was Meghan's use of the nicknames Arch and Lil rather than full names. That choice sparked immediate reactions online, with commenters offering very different interpretations of what it meant. Some critics claimed it was part of an effort to create a more relatable family image for audiences, while others viewed it as a harmless and affectionate way of referring to family members. Regardless of the intent, the nicknames quickly became a headline of their own. Commentators noted that the larger debate was not necessarily about the nicknames themselves, but about how personal family references fit into public branding strategies. Within hours of the video being released, celebrity publications and royal-focused outlets were already publishing articles highlighting Meghan's comments, helping the discussion spread even further across the internet. Critics quickly accused Meghan's team of using media coverage to redirect attention away from the products themselves and towards stories involving Prince Harry and their family. Those claims spread rapidly online, with some commentators arguing that royal connections continue to dominate public discussions surrounding Sussex-related projects. According to these critics, a recurring pattern exists in which conversations about business ventures often become intertwined with royal topics. They argue that headlines frequently shift toward Prince Harry, family references, royal traditions, or broader discussions about the monarchy whenever new projects are launched or promoted. Some critics believe this happens because royal associations remain one of the strongest drivers of public interest and media attention worldwide. As a result, they argue that discussions about Meghan's ventures often become inseparable from her royal history, regardless of the project being promoted. That perception has contributed to the growing criticism surrounding As Ever. Harry and Meghan previously spoke about wanting to build an independent life after stepping away from royal duties, describing their experiences within the institution as challenging and restrictive. Because of those past statements, some critics argue that continued public interest in royal-related themes creates an apparent contradiction. According to those commentators, much of the public attention directed toward As Ever is fueled by curiosity about the Sussex's royal connections rather than the products alone.
She said one of the things of one of the jams, each different person in the family said it. And I thought she'd just done that so that people will buy all the types, not just one. It wasn't that saying, oh, they all like the same one. She would like them to buy 4 different jars.
Supporters disagree, arguing that Meghan's projects generate attention because of her global profile and personal brand beyond the monarchy. The debate intensified further after viewers began criticizing the presentation style of Meghan's recent promotional videos. Social media users commented on everything from the audio quality and wardrobe choices to the spotless kitchen setting and highly controlled visual style. Some viewers described the videos as overly produced, while others felt they lacked the polish expected from a luxury lifestyle brand. Critics argued that the content appeared caught between casual authenticity and high-end branding, creating a mixed impression for some audiences. Even a number of commentators who have previously expressed support for Meghan have begun questioning the long-term direction of As Ever, wondering how the brand plans to distinguish itself in an increasingly crowded lifestyle market while continuing to attract sustained public interest. Critics argue that rather than moving further away from monarchy-related attention, Meghan's recent projects appear to draw increasingly from themes often associated with royal life. They point to British-inspired imagery, traditional tea culture, family-focused storytelling, aristocratic-style presentation, and refined branding as examples of elements that continue appearing throughout the As Ever identity. According to those critics, the brand now seems heavily influenced by the same world Meghan has previously described wanting distance from, after stepping away from royal duties. That perception has become a major talking point among royal commentators and online observers, fueling ongoing debate about the direction of her public image and business ventures. Some of Meghan's harshest critics argue that this reflects a deeper challenge. They claim that while Meghan physically left royal life, many of her most discussed projects still become connected to royal themes, symbolism, or public curiosity surrounding the monarchy. Supporters, however, maintain that royal comparisons are often driven by media coverage and public fascination rather than Meghan herself. Royal biographer Angela Levin has been among those offering strong criticism of Meghan's recent public appearances and branding choices. According to Levin, the latest scone and jam discussion was more than a simple lifestyle post, and may have reflected a deliberate return to imagery commonly associated with traditional British culture and royal aesthetics. Levin has argued that Meghan frequently incorporates polished tea party visuals, elegant serving displays, floral arrangements, and sophisticated presentation styles into her projects. In Levin's view, these recurring themes suggest a consistent effort to connect with a particular image of refinement and prestige. According to Levin, such choices are unlikely to be accidental. She has previously argued that Meghan appeared to see herself as a central figure within royal life rather than someone simply operating within the institution's existing hierarchy. Levin has also claimed that Meghan reportedly found it difficult to accept that Catherine, as the wife of the future king, would always hold a more senior position within the royal structure. Critics have echoed similar arguments for years, suggesting that public attention, influence, and media visibility played a significant role in how Meghan viewed royal life. These interpretations remain matters of debate, but they continue to surface in royal commentary circles. Levin has also revisited older reports concerning Meghan's appearances at official royal events. She has referenced claims made over the years by royal commentators and alleged palace sources who suggested that aides occasionally helped coordinate positioning and protocol during public engagements to maintain established royal order. Behind Prince William and Catherine, those reports have remained part of broader discussions about Meghan's adjustment to royal traditions and ceremonial expectations. For critics, these moments became symbols of a larger narrative. They argue that certain public appearances and branding choices created the impression that Meghan sought a level of visibility often associated with the most senior members of the royal family, particularly the future king and queen. Whether fair or not, that interpretation has remained a recurring theme in royal commentary for years. Angela Levin has suggested that Meghan's return to British-inspired branding could reflect a continued interest in the imagery and prestige associated with royal life. According to Levin, the renewed focus on traditional tea culture, refined presentation styles, and royal-adjacent aesthetics stands in contrast to Meghan's past criticisms of palace life, creating what critics view as a notable contradiction. That contrast has become a major point of discussion among royal watchers. Levin argues that Meghan continues to maintain visible links to imagery commonly associated with the monarchy because royal connections still generate significant public attention and media interest. In Levin's view, projects connected to royal themes often receive stronger reactions than ventures that exist entirely outside that context. Levin has also suggested that interest surrounding entertainment projects, podcasts, and lifestyle branding can be more difficult to sustain without some connection, direct or indirect, to Meghan's royal history. Critics point to this belief as one reason Prince William frequently becomes part of these discussions. For many commentators, William represents the future of the monarchy, the continuity of the institution, and the global influence associated with the crown. As a result, some critics argue that conversations involving Meghan often become linked back to him, even years after her departure from royal duties. Levin has further argued that Meghan's continued use of British-inspired traditions and polished royal-style aesthetics suggests an ongoing connection to the image of the institution she left behind. She has also questioned Meghan's growing use of family-focused branding, including references to the nicknames Arch and Lil during product promotions. According to critics, Meghan is attempting to balance two powerful public identities at once: the prestige associated with royal titles and the independence of modern celebrity culture. Many royal commentators continue debating whether that approach is a strategic strength or a challenge that has become increasingly difficult to maintain over time. Meanwhile, Prince William unintentionally created one of the internet's favourite royal moments of the week without even trying. During Aston Villa's emotional victory celebrations, William was seen fully enjoying the occasion, filming the crowd, cheering along with fellow supporters, and soaking up the electric atmosphere like any passionate football fan. But sharp-eyed viewers quickly spotted a funny detail in the middle of the footage. At one point, William's phone appeared to ring, and he immediately dismissed the call without answering. The brief moment lasted only seconds, but it quickly became one of the most talked-about parts of the clip. Social media users rushed to the comments with jokes and playful theories about who might have been calling the future king during such a major football celebration. Memes spread rapidly across platforms, with royal fans posting humorous guesses and turning the moment into a viral talking point. Others focused on how relatable William's reaction seemed. Many joked that his response proved even a future monarch sometimes ignores phone calls when caught up in an exciting moment. That simple interaction resonated with viewers because it felt familiar and authentic. The clip gained even more attention because William appeared genuinely relaxed, happy, and completely engaged in the celebration. Supporters noted that public appearances often come with significant responsibilities and expectations, making candid moments like this stand out even more. For many viewers, the scene felt refreshingly natural. There was no formal speech, no carefully planned presentation, and no elaborate setup, just Prince William celebrating a victory for his football club and brushing aside a phone call the same way countless fans might do while enjoying a memorable moment. And after weeks of headlines centered on Meghan-related controversies, critics quickly turned William's viral football moment into yet another comparison between the two royal households. On one side, William was seen laughing, celebrating with football fans, and appearing relaxed and spontaneous in public. On the other, critics continued debating branding strategies, image management, and the steady stream of headlines surrounding Meghan's latest projects. That has led many royal watchers to ask a bigger question. If Meghan Markle truly wanted to leave royal life behind, why do so many public discussions about her continue circling back to Prince William, royal traditions, and the monarchy she stepped away from? From the much-discussed scone post to ongoing debates about royal-adjacent branding, critics argue the similarities are becoming harder to overlook. Some commentators even claim that as William's popularity continues to grow, more people online are becoming convinced that Meghan remains closely aware of what is happening inside royal circles. Others, however, believe many of these comparisons are exaggerated and driven more by public speculation than by clear evidence. Now the question goes to you. Was the scone controversy simply a coincidence that social media blew out of proportion, or do you think Meghan was once again trying to connect her content to a viral Prince William moment? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest royal news, controversies, and updates.